So if 2-5-1s in minor trip you up, you're not alone. That's a pretty common problem that a lot of people have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to burn through those 2-5-1 changes without having to worry about all those alterations. And I'm going to use key center concepts and the blues so that you don't have to think so much and struggle through those changes. For the sake of today's lesson, we're going to be doing a 2-5-1 in D minor, and that D minor is going to be Aeolian for today. So the changes are going to be E minor 7 flat 5 to A7 altered to D minor 7. We're going to use the tonal center of this 2-5-1 to allow us to get through these changes without having to do a lot of thinking and a lot of struggling. So step one is we want to find the parent major scale for this D Aeolian, which in this case is going to be F major. Step two is we want to find where any minor chords live on this F major scale. So the minor chords in any given major scale live on the second degree, in this case G minor, on the third degree, in this case B minor, in the sixth degree, in this case D minor, and we're going to fib a little bit and get weird with the seventh degree E diminished, or E minor 7 flat 5. It's not a minor triad, it's not a major triad, it's a diminished triad, but that's actually going to work great with the blues. Step four is you can take any one of those minor chords, and you can take any one of those, turn it into a blues scale, and you can play that blues scale over the entire 2-5 progression. And then ultimately you're going to want to resolve to the D on the downbeat of the one chord. So let's take one easy blues lick and we'll apply it to each one of these blues scales and then resolve it to the D minor 7. I'll show you what I mean. So there's not going to be a PDF or anything. Today's lick is going to be super basic and simple. It's going to be starting on the G blues. It's the root of the G, down to the flat 7, the F, down to the flat 5, the D flat, down to the fourth, the C, down to the flat third, the B flat. And that's it. And here's the rhythm. That's it. And then I might do it on different octaves. I'll repeat it. And that's it. I'm just going to reuse that over and over again, and you'll see what I mean. Now let's go through each one of these blues scales and apply this lick that we're working on over this 2-5 sequence. So here's the first example, starting on the G blues. Here's the second example where we're applying this lick, but it's going to be on A blues. So you're going to just want to transpose the idea up to A as the root. So here's that example. Now we're going to do the same thing on D blues over the 2-5. And the new root is going to be D. So the lick will be this. And finally, even though this chord is an E minor 7 flat 5, that flat 5 lends itself great for the blues. So we're just going to shove it in there anyway and do it. So here's the example over E blues. The next step is now we can start mixing them up. We don't have to just play one blues, we can do two. So let's do one blues over the 2 chord and a new blues over the 5 chord. And you can mix these up any way you want because all we're doing is playing with the tonal key center. We're not really bringing in new scale sources or anything like that. We're just stretching the tonality and playing with the blues. And the blues is so powerful. And melodic development, if you have a really strong melody, you don't always have to adhere to the changes. You can override those changes and make clashes with those changes as long as the melody is strong enough and especially if you're playing blues. Blues makes clashes all over the place. So here's an example where over the 2 chord, I'm playing a G minor blues, and over the 5 chord, I'm playing an A blues. The next example, I'm going to play a G blues over the 2 chord and a D blues over the 5 chord, and then resolve to D minor. Now I'm going to do a G blues over the 2 chord and an E blues over the 5 chord, and then resolve to D minor. Now I'm going to do an A blues over the 2 chord. I'm switching it up a little bit. You don't have to stay on the G. You can do A, you can do D, you can do E, or you can do G on that 2 chord. So on the 2 chord, I'm going to do an A blues, and then I'm going to do a G blues. I'm going to reverse them. Do a G blues over the 5 chord. So here's that. Now over the 2 chord, I'm going to do an A blues, and then over the 5 chord, I'm going to do a D blues. And finally, over the 2 chord, I'm going to do an A blues, and then I'm going to play an E blues over the 5 chord, and then resolve to D. So that's just some of the examples. You can do, like I said, any blues over any of the 2 chords or the 5 chords and mix them up any way you want. So you can do G and A, G and D, G and E, or A and G, A and D, A and E, or D and A, D and G, D and E, or E and A, E and D, or E and G. Any pairing that you want to do, you can do, because we're just playing in the key center. And finally, you can always play F major scale ideas. So if you want to, if you're into the Barry Harris thing that I've been talking about, or you want to bring in some of that chromatic bebop language, you can always apply the Barry Harris stuff to that F major sound, and you can get sounds like this. So if you want to take a deeper dive into that Barry Harris chromatic sound and that approach to the major scale and that bebop attitude, I'll leave a link to the playlist that I've been working on in the description. And I'll also leave a link to the book that dives way deep into that. And then next week, I'll get into more major applications. So maybe some more F major ideas, maybe some more Barry Harris bebop ideas, maybe some of the B flat major ideas, and some of these other possibilities. And then I'll probably do a third video where I get tighter and closer to actually playing the changes. So all that stuff will be coming up.